I've been on my shit, on my shit, I've been on my shit, on my shit, I've been on my shit. Thought I left, thought I disappeared. Was in your hood, you ain't never there.
Alright, cool. So
what inspired me to actually start making clothes was the fact that I was making art at the time, and I was, painting canvases, and I was really trying to sell my artwork. And I realized that, I was making sales, but I realized that art is a luxury, so not a lot of people can afford art, and that clothes was more of a necessity. I always had a relationship with like clothing and fashion and like thrifting and stuff like that. So I feel like once I realized that not everybody can afford art, that I should probably start trying out something else I was interested in. So I started making clothes, because clothes is more of a necessity. Everybody needs clothes. Like, you can't go outside without clothes, but you don't necessarily need art. So that's really what initially inspired me to create my own clothes. I feel like the only battle that I face is staying consistent with just like putting my work and sharing my work, and just not trying to get caught up in just trying to make my piece better than the last piece. I try not to compare anything I'm making at the time to something else that I've worked on or that I'm thinking about working on. So I feel like the biggest battle is just staying in the moment and just staying at the task that's at hand and completing that one task. But as far as like poking myself with needles and stuff like that, I don't really. Take my brand seriously, I had to believe in my brand more than anybody else. Even if I didn't have anybody in my corner, I had to still put that work in. And even if nobody was like buying my clothes, I have to sit there, and I'm responsible to do everything that's for my business. Like, on my public relations, I do the networking for my brand. I manufacture the clothes, the promotional products like stickers. So I pretty much have to do. I'm responsible for the whole thing itself. What inspires me to stay consistent is just knowing that this is all I have. This is either live out my dreams or be homeless or not alive or something like that. It sounds a little harsh, it sounds a little crazy, but if I'm not creating, if I'm not expressing myself through art forms, like whether it's clothing, painting, music, then I feel like there's really no point of me like being on earth if I can't really express myself. Biggest thing about it is just knowing that you can't be anyone else but yourself, and no one else can be you. So with that being said, it's in your best interest not to follow somebody's lifestyle and how they got to from A to Z, because like everybody has their own way. So just realize what you love, what your interests are, and really blow those things up, amplify those things, really indulge in everything that you like or have an interest in. And if you don't know what you like, don't be afraid to like go out there and taste different things and experience new things, so you can get a feel for what's out here. You're never going to know what you truly love or what your passion is or your thing is unless you try a bunch of different things.
ooh. Rare with it.
Brands that inspire me. I really have any like specific brands that like inspire me to want to create, or like there's brands that I guess like I like, but I could be inspired by like a Walmart t-shirt. I can be inspired by like just something in a thrift store with no tag on it, you know. But a lot of local brands definitely inspire me. A lot of local creators and artists inspire me. Just seeing somebody that comes from where I come from, just taking advantage of their life and designing the life that they want, that definitely inspires me. I go to sleep. I go to sleep, or I isolate myself. Like when I feel drained, when I feel like my energy has been depleted, I tend to like try to be by myself and just reflect and just like get my mind together and figure out what I need to do for the next level. But number one way is just to sleep. Like, can't go wrong with sleep. I'm always traveling because you can't get everything, every experience, every opportunity from one person or one location. So I'm always seeking new ways, new innovative ways to create, to network, to market. And I feel like you only find those things elsewhere. Every time I like travel, go to LA, or I just came from like Texas. Every time I travel, I get inspired. I don't get inspired by just staying in the same room, looking at the same four walls, the same corners. Like this, you need something fresh. Like everybody needs something fresh. And every time I travel, like my creativity, just like my mindset, and it's just boosted. It's just boosted. So I have to, like, traveling is a big part of my process. It's a big part of creating. It's a big part of like staying healthy for me. It's like traveling. So I definitely recommend that to everybody. Like, go out and see something new. Just go out and just like, yeah, see new things, experience new things.
Why do you feel like it's important to expand out of a different city?
If you come from a city like I do, it's like really poor in Philly, so it's like a little bit of people and a little bit of money. So it'd definitely be in your best interest to expand if you wanna like grow more and progress and get more money and meet more people. Because like I said before, you can't get every opportunity from one person. You can't get every opportunity and experience from one place. So you gotta go out there and see what's out there. You gotta expand if you want to be greater, if you want your messages and your cause to spread across the world. If you really have if you really have a goal, if you really have a message that you want to get across and things that you want to change with this world, you have to expand. You have to like meet people. You have to, you know.
Where do you see your brand in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, I see my brand Derdy Clothes. I see my brand I see it being more than just a clothing brand. I see it being more so just a movement, just a lifestyle, from education to, you know, teaching kids how to like make their own clothes, or teaching them, like young entrepreneurs, how to get started and how to keep going. I want to do workshops. I know like a lot of talented people that's in this area and other places, whereas I feel like I could have them come in and teach kids from the same areas that they grew up in. Just teach them or talk to them and tell them their story about how they, you know, triumphed, or how they stuck with whatever their lane was to get them out of the situation that they were in. So I feel like the next step in the next 3 years is definitely interacting more with the youth, engaging with these communities, and just taking our people to the next level.
How do you see yourself evolving in the next 3 years? Like, what type of habits would you drop? Like, how would you expand like your inner self?
How would I expand my inner self? Definitely want to be more of a boss than just a worker. I mean, I love getting my hands dirty. I love making my own clothes. I love like handling everything face to face. But I do want to get to a point where I can expand and get to just get to an area where I can employ people, give people jobs from my business, and along with that, like be able to have more time to find myself and dig deeper into myself to see what else I want to accomplish in this lifetime.
Has the creative scene in Philly helped you to expand, or do you feel like you had to make yourself known then have them fuck with you?
I feel like nothing is easy in Philly. And to be known, you definitely have to stay consistent. Nothing becomes easy. Nothing is just handed to you, especially in Philly. And if you really want to like rise up, you really can't care about what people are thinking or what people are projecting onto you. There's a lot of love here if you like actually sift through and find it and stay genuine yourself. But I feel like sometimes I did have to fight to really make myself known, or to really put myself out there. But at the end of the day, if you just work on your craft, like that'll speak louder than anybody that's just in the mix all the time. They're just trying to be popular. Like your work will always tell who you are and separate you from anybody else. Alright, this is Derdy Clothes. I want to thank you for watching SAG Society. Alright,
Okay.
I got it over. That was like a question.
Thank you. That's it. Any words?
You see it?
It's lit. Thank you so much.